Okay, good morning, everyone. Actually, today we are going to. It's been actually a very good session back then. My our before session back then is very good actually, and we got some very good informations. Okay, and before starting my presentation, I really want to thank the Pune Tech community for providing me this opportunity, and I really thank Nandeep and other co-organizers for providing this opportunity to present this topic in this esteemed community program actually. Okay, so if you see here actually today I'm going to present regarding how we can elevate Microsoft cost management using Copilot for some superior user experience. Okay, so you guys know actually very well that cost management will be a big headache for each and every program managers who have been dealing with a lot of mm, things from the client side as well, and from the our POC point of view. We need to make some cost management, cloud cost management. Actually, it's been a daily a tough task for each and every program managers to calculate and provide the insights to our client actually. So to avoid those things and to improve those things actually, actually Microsoft has been introduced a Copilot feature into our Microsoft Cost Management and Dealing section of our Azure portal. Okay, so if you see here, actually, this feature is available only for the organizations, and it is not available for the individuals. So while the session goes on, I will tell how to apply for this the preview mode, and how we can enable this feature into our Azure portal for maintaining this Microsoft Cost Management. Okay, so myself, Saravanan Ganesan, I have been working as a assistant consultant of IoT at TCS, and I have been also been Azure developer community lead at Chennai, and I've been organizing so much events, and has been a speaker in the part of lot of communities worldwide, and I also been an author, and I also been blogger as well actually. I will be having a habit of releasing at least 2 blogs per week actually, and then I've been presented my speech in various international communities like Azure developer community Sweden, and then actually if you see UK, and then Netherlands, like that actually. Okay, and I also been certified as Microsoft Azure I have been certified by Microsoft as Azure IoT developer specialist, and then I also have a holding a certification of Azure AI fundamentals. Okay, so and before going into our agenda, and I also want to thank our sponsors, the Binary Roots, actually for conducting this event actually. Okay, in a full-fledged manner. So yeah, that, and then actually, if you see for today's agenda, we are going to see what is meant by our Microsoft cost management, and then our total cost of ownership, Azure cost calculator. These three parts, if you see, actually, we are going to see actually how these three were there before the introducing of this GitHub Copilot, actually. Okay, and then if you see, actually, we are going to see about what is the GitHub Copilot and what are the benefits of GitHub Copilot, actually, and then how this GitHub Copilot can be utilized into our Microsoft cost management. Okay, and then if you see what is Microsoft cost management, in the sense actually, uh, cost management is like it's been a service. It's been introduced by Microsoft in Azure to manage and the entire costing of your Azure subscription. So, for example, it will be used for the cost monitoring. I can set some alerts in this Microsoft cost management, and I can tell that actually if my cost for this particular resource group or the particular the project has been exceeded some budget value, you need to trigger those alerts, and then actually I can also able to optimize each and every services in the resource group actually to a particular certain limit of usages and allocation of those these services as well actually. Okay, and then if you see, it will be easy for the cloud finance team to work out with the billing of the different accounts which are associated with the subscriptions, and also and if it has been really good for our DevOps teams actually for managing the subscriptions and the source groups to which helps them to optimize the resources usability, and then actually they can also suggest their team and client that actually they want to use some more reduced cost uh, services as an alternative, or some they pricing tier they need to be reduced like that, they can suggest to the client for based upon this Microsoft Cost Management actually. So that is a service which is provided with various tools, suite of tools for cost monitoring, allocation, and optimization. We have been Microsoft has been implemented this Microsoft Cost Management and building in our Azure ecosystem. Okay. And then you guys can ask me actually that how these charges are processed for the billing account. Okay, consider this pipeline, entire pipeline. Okay, in this entire pipeline, if you see how the charges from my Azure, Microsoft 365, that the Dynamics 365 cloud platform, the services which are present in this the in this services, the services which are present in this domains will be entered into this pipeline called commerce system data pipeline. After this, the cost of the services which are utilized in these ecosystems entering into this pipeline, what it will do, it will actually check for some credits, how much discounts we can give for this particular client based upon their billing. And they can also, once that is processing is done, they can publish their invoices. Okay, and they can also identify some anomalies. For example, in our Azure ecosystem, we can have connector. We can use connectors for AWS services as well in some particular projects actually. Okay, so that things and all will be considered as an anomalies for our billing calculations actually. So in that case, if you see, once this is done actually, and after identifying the anomalies, that this the data will be going for the cost allocation part actually. Once my team actually got the invoices, they can also be able to do some cost allocation based upon the existing data which is got from my published invoice, and from there actually the data will be moved to our the alerting part actually, that if a particular budget of a project is exceeded means actually please send me alerts. Okay, so these are the things which are available in our commerce system data pipeline, so that whenever the service passed, the service which are present in my Azure or Microsoft 365 or Dynamics 365 will be passed into commerce system of data pipeline, will undergo these types of evaluations, and then only actually we'll get our cost analysis and export to Excel, or from there actually we can export our cost analysis to Excel or some other things using our APIs. Or if you want to display these things to our client in a form of dashboard, also we can able to do it actually. Okay, so this is how our entire billing process working currently in our Microsoft ecosystem for cost management. Okay, so till now you guys have any doubt means actually please raise your questions here actually. Okay, and then if you see what kind of actions or examples this cost management and billing will have actually. Okay, using this cost management and billing actually we can do the cost analysis, proactive monitoring, cost allocation, subscription customization, payment management, and billing information. These things we can give it as an actions of this Microsoft Cost Management and Billing Service actually. Okay, so we will go one by one actually in this case. If you see the cost analysis actually in the sense actually, it is this particular service will be used to report and analyze the cost within our Azure portal or some other external data exports which have been given from our another source of network actually. Okay. And then proactive monitoring. Proactive monitoring is nothing but, for example, in your project, if you have some budgets or if you have some things, for example, in my project, I've been alerted to consume only 160,000 160K USD only per financial year. So if my budget is going beyond that, I will get some alerts. And also anomalies, like I already told that actually that my if I used any kind of third party the connectors and all, and then it also used to track our scheduled scheduling of our cost tracking also can be used in this proactive monitoring. And then cost allocation. In this cost allocation, actually, we can split shared costs using allocation tools. That means actually we can, while we allocating a particular cost to a service, actually it can be, we can, if for example, if my if I have a Azure HD Insight, actually, which consumes a lot of data, and it also for some data consuming projects. Okay, and it also consumes a lot of the billing values as well, actually. So in that case, what I can tell to my client, that instead of having one single costly cluster of HT Insight, we can go for two different clusters actually for cheapest cost, and we can process the data. So that this cost allocation insights also will be provided in this cost management and billing. And then we can have a subscription, uh, the customization. Now, what is made this subscription customization means actually it can able to create and organize some subscriptions for personalized invoices. For example, my client might have 3 or 4 subscriptions. One is for dev, prod, and this duety actually. Okay, so in that case, actually, what I can tell to my client, actually, they can have and my client also wants 3 different types of invoices. Means actually, in that case, actually, it will be easy for us to uh, calculate the cost each and every environment is consuming actually. Okay, and then if you see take payment management, we can configure the payment options actually and set it in invoices based upon the billings of these subscriptions actually. And then billing information, once my payment is done, my billing information will be sent, and it will be used for some legal entity tax information and for agreements as well within the system. So these are the examples of some of the actions of our cost management and billing service in our Azure ecosystem. Okay. Okay. Then comes actually as a tools of cost management and ecosystem. We are having 2 types of tools which will be daily, yeah, handy for us actually. One is called TCO, the total cost of ownership, and next one is called the Azure Cost Calculator. Okay, so what these two actually will be doing means actually TCO is nothing but it can provide you comprehensive assessment beyond purchase price, informed decision making, long-term view, and optimization. Actually, it also used for optimizing the your entire cost which has been owned by the subscription. Okay, so if you see here, we'll come to point by point for the TCO. If you see here, actually, comprehensive assessment. Comprehensive assessment means actually TCO will tell a particular subscription owner that all the direct and indirect costs which are involved over an asset's life cycle. For example, that the direct and indirect costs, how it coming means actually direct cost is actually buying a subscription, and we are actually utilizing these services. Indirect cost means maintenance of those services. So if we use TCO, this kind of direct and indirect cost calculation can be done, and this assessments can be given to the subscription owners. And then if you think actually long beyond purchase price, okay, actually it also tells the insights about for example, if I'm buying a virtual machine for some 2000 rupee or 2000 USD per month, means actually I'm buying it, but behind that we have some incurring ongoing expenses like public IP expenses will be there. If you incur a VNet pairing, that expenses will be there actually. Okay, so only buying a virtual machine to 2000 USD won't be a costing for you, but actually it will also has some and recurring expenses like public IP purchased, VNet pairing purchase, like that and all, it will be coming. So that kind of information also TCO will be giving you here. And then if you see actually about the informed decision making means actually uh, informed decision making in the sense actually that for example, if my cost and maintenance of a particular service is going beyond my budgeted things, in that way actually TCO can be you used, and the tool can be used to analyze some information regarding the decision making. For example, if I am using this virtual machine and its cost is coming beyond my budgeted list, means actually that the service can also be modified based upon this TCO calculator. And then actually long-term view, the always the cost which you have been predicted in the TCO will be the and it's for the entire lifespan only. It's not for a total lifespan. Okay. Optimization, actually it also uses to review our services and optimize the cost of our services on the regular basis actually. Okay, so these are the features about the total cost of ownership actually. I'll show you a quick uh, demo on this part actually, so that you guys will be understanding. um, this is a total cost of the ownership web page actually. Okay, in that actually, and this is a URL which is being used to for the pricing of TCO and the for this entire TCO calculation at the calculator. So if you see here, we have the workloads like servers, databases, storage, networking actually. Okay, in this actually, if I want to add one server, for example, it will ask all the details like standard or which kind of things and all actually. Okay, and then once I give this, it will also ask for GPU, KT, optimized memory, and like that. These are these. If I put this entire details here, means actually it will depict me one costing will be there actually here. It will tell me one costing here actually, so that based upon that actually I can able to manage what kind of long term costing will be incurred for us actually. Okay, so it works for some fly servers like servers, databases, storage, and networking. Once I giving this and giving next actually, okay, I need to give some non-premise information. It also has for on-premise data actually. Where it is. One more server. The virtual machines or physical service is asking actually. Okay. And then here it is. Actually, enter details of on-premise database structure actually. So once it is done, and then it will ask for our storage as well. I need to give on-premise storage infrastructure. Mainly this TCO calculation will be done for our on-premises based projects actually. Okay, and then it will go for some. Once I enter all the details. It will go for some assumptions like a Azure redundant or virtual machine cost, how much it will be, electricity cost will, how much the server electricity will consume, like that and all. It will ask actually, and then based upon it, if you see can here other assumption, it will ask more assumptions here actually, which server we are going to use and how much this software cost will be running on each servers and on premises, like that and all. Once you based upon your reviews, you can able to click each and everything, and you can give for over 5 years with Microsoft Azure. Your estimate cost saving will be as 22,649 USD actually. Okay, and total on premises cost will be here, and total cost, if the same services actually, if I used in on premises, I am getting this cost. If the same services, if I use in Azure, I am getting this cost for the next 5 years. So this PCO helps us to understand and compare that actually, that if I use the same services in on premises, this much cost will come. If I use the same service in Azure, actually it will come this much cost will come actually. So it will help us in the long run. It will give us the insights about the long run of all the services which are involved in this, uh, which are there in the our project, which are held in our project, point of view actually. Okay, so once it is done, the entire report will be given, the total on price cost breakdown, total Azure cost breakdown, and then if you see actually this is the amount, and this data you can present to the client, and we can convince them that for if I put the same configuration server in your on-prem, this much cost will be consuming for next 5 years. And if I put the same thing, if we utilize the provision the same servers in our Azure for next over 5 years, we will be getting this cost only, and we are almost saving 50% of the cost. 50 70% to 75% of cost savings actually, like that we can tell that. Okay, and then this data can be shared over to your email, or you can download it as Excel, and we can share it to the client as well. So this is a simple demo about how to use a TCO calculator. Okay, and next comes our Azure Cost Calculator. Azure Cost Calculator is nothing but actually, okay, first I will tell you the difference between this TCU and Azure Cost Calculator. TCU will give a detailed explanation of the same service, how they used in on-prem over the 5 years, how much the data it will consume, how much storage it will consume, how much electricity it will consume, that kind of small things and all it will do, and it will be in a deepest insight of calculating and giving the report over the Azure services. Okay, Azure Cost Calculator is nothing but it's used to estimate the resources of the Azure alone actually. Okay, it estimates the cost of the Azure services only actually. Okay, and also it's been very user friendly. For example, in my project actually, if my client is asking actually if I want to use what to tell actually that HD Insight, or if I want to use IoT Hub actually. Okay, for IoT Hub we will have some parameters. Okay, so how much cost it will consume for this if, for example, if my devices are sending around 1 lakh messages means actually per day. So for that, what type of uh, tires I can use for which type of tire of Azure and IoT Hub I can take, like that and all. Actually, it will, if they ask means actually in that case I can tell, I can give them an estimate by using this Azure Cost Calculator. Azure Cost Calculator will not compare in any of the um on-prem services and along with the Azure services, and it won't provide you the uh, long insight none as well. Actually. So if you see actually it is just wants to create a it will just tells the team that actually that only this cost of the particular service actually for some particular period of time and for the particular usage of the service actually. Okay, and it also provides some detailed cost breakdowns, and it also used to cost scenario comparisons like if I use the standard S1 tire of IoT Hub along with the standard S2 tire of run, it will tell the comparisons that how much messages it can accommodate, or what is the cost will come for a month and all like that. It will be telling it actually. So we'll be going for a small demo on this Azure Cost Calculator as well actually. So it will be easy for you to understand. This is the Azure pricing calculator, which contains all your Azure services actually. Okay, if you see here, we have a lot of web actually. If you see, for example, I'm taking a compute machine, virtual machine. So if I take this compute machine, it will just tell based upon my inputs actually that for example, I want to create a virtual machine in East US with the Windows operating system, and a standard tier means actually, and also these are the type of instances, and it contains here actually. So if I click here, and then actually I will tell them generate a report, it will generate a report. This kind of report alone will generate for a particular service. Okay, it's not like our TCO. It will compare the things and it will provide the charts and detailed insights, but it will give all type of informations like if I if I want to provision a particular virtual machine, so this much cost only will come in this particular region for per month actually. Okay, so that this kind of immediate information we can give it to our client actually based on the request. Okay, so these are the tools of easily handy tools for calculating your Azure cost and your comparing your on-prem cost along with the Azure cost, and then management of buildings and all. Then next we will be going inside our GitHub Copilot and its instance of GitHub Copilot, how it's become making an impact in our this cost management. Okay, what is meant by GitHub Copilot actually means actually I hope so actually you guys have been seeing this in our previous session also, but I was giving some small recap about it. Like it's they're just a customizable learning AI tool which will be used to do some powerful coding, and it also give us some suggestions, and also using some prompt engineering we can able to ask this copilot to do some kind of answers or any comparisons actually whichever we want actually. Okay, so that is the introduction about this GitHub Copilot. If I use this GitHub Copilot, some of the common benefits of GitHub Copilot are actually, if you use my GitHub Copilot in my coding, it will If my team is utilizing, it means actually it will increases my productive team's productivity. If I use this in code, means actually it will improve my code quality, it will reduce the errors, and it also used to facilitate learns and streamlines of collaboration actually. Okay, so these are some of the benefits of GitHub Copilot actually. And then if you see how this GitHub Copilot will be used in Microsoft Cost Management, this is an important slide where actually if I use this GitHub Copilot in Microsoft Cost Management, means actually it will show you the streamlined cost management, instant analysis you can give, and comparison we can do, and simulations we can do. Utilizing these AI simulations, actually we can be able to do some optimization guidance as well, and meaningful insights as well. I will tell you some example actually. Instant analysis. Instant analysis means, for example, if I have a copilot into my Microsoft Task Management of page of Azure, means I can ask it instantly. If I use two core of my virtual machine under a East US region, it will tell me instantly. Okay, but before Copilot, I need to go to Azure pricing calculator, and I need to calculate it there, and I need to send the Excel to it. But after Copilot comes, actually, it's actually, if they are getting it, once it got introduced into Microsoft Cost Management, I can ask the things like a chat actually in our Azure the portal itself actually, and it also tells some more suggestions as well, or it will ask some more suggestions to us that in which kind of data you're going to process in this server, like that and all. It will ask actually, and it will also give us out meaningful insights. Like it will receive suggestions for. It can also tell us that if I use this kind of server for data processing, this kind of the cost will be optimized, and it will send, and also it will also advise us to set up in alerts as well actually. And then simulations. If I am a blank person, I want to ask that my actually bill is around somewhat $100 USD actually today, but actually next month it comes around 150 USD. But I am using the same services only actually the last month and this month actually. But I don't know what is the issue happen. So when I asked actually, when I ask Copilot regarding this, it will tell me what exactly happened by breaking down each and everything actually. And it also sends some comparison charts as well. As we look into this you actually, that these are the services consumed a lot. You not added those things actually. The billing in a particular region got increased by Microsoft, like that they will tell actually. Okay, so these are some of the uh, implications of Copilot in Microsoft Cost Management, and still this is in a preview state only. Okay, and they are providing it for only the organizations that on request basis, and then only actually if your the request got accepted, only actually they will be providing the access for using this Microsoft Cost Management. Okay, so and in individual subscription, it's very difficult to get this Copilot access there for Microsoft Cost Management. So I will in next slide subsequent slide, I will show you how this Copilot will be there in Microsoft Cost Management, and also I will actually guide you to know how to apply for your subscription, your organization subscription, using a Microsoft form they have been provided actually using the link. Okay. So this is if I use the Microsoft cost management in my so if I use a Copilot in my cost management, means actually it will be looks like this only. See here actually. Uh, Here actually Microsoft is responsible AI. My business is growing and I think we'll need to double our storage to scale. How much would be by build then? So if I ask this kind of prompt to my Copilot in cost management page, actually, it will tell us you have spent an average of 5672.2 per USD per month on storage during past 6 months. If you double your storage without additional reservations or saving plans, the storage cost will average this much amount. But based on this average, your invoice would be approximately 15,000 USD per month. The recommendation is consider buying a reservation or adding a savings plan to the optimized cost. Okay. So these kind of suggestions they are giving, and it also answering us how much the bill cost will be there actually, and got for because of which things your bill cost might dent high, actually, like that it will tell us actually. So if I implement corporate in cost management, so once you want to, once you got access to this corporate and cost management, actually in your organization level, you can be able to send some prompts, and you can tell, and also you can ask some questions related to all the questions which are related to Azure services based upon the costings in this Copilot actually. Okay, so if I go to it, this is a link actually where you want to apply for this Copilot in cost management actually. So I will show you that link and this form as well. This is a link which I provided in the slides, and this is a page where you need to fill this form D to join the waitlist for preview AI functionality in cost management. Okay, so this is one actually. This uh, form needs to be provided. You need to give your official email ID, whether you working organization email ID you need to give, and your organization name, and your billing account ID. There I can see this billing account ID means actually if I go to my Azure web page, and if I see here, there will be actually some kind of costings will be there for my cost management. I'm going step by step. I will go. Okay, so here I will see my billing account will be there. This is my billing account. If I click here, there will be a properties will be there. Okay, inside this property you will have your ID. So this ID only you should give it here in this the billing account ID actually. So and then actually they will ask you whether you need to be contacted for your wait list or not. So this you need to give yes or no actually, and submit means actually it will tell you a message that like your interest for a Copilot in Microsoft Task Management has been accepted, and actually you will be in the wait list, and you will be intimated to your official email ID for further for the further intimations like that they will tell us. So this is the entire thing about our today's session actually. Okay, so if you have any queries, we are almost 5 minutes past the time. So if you guys have any queries, you can ask me.